Oh, terror, all the Judies.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Hello.
Adrian? Adrian. Nice to meet you, Cliff. Kevin? Kevin, nice to meet you, Cliff.
Good morning, we are AKA Luxor. My name is Kevin Ochoa and I am the CEO.
My name is Adrian Resendiz. I'm the CMO and COO.
And unfortunately, our CFO, Amalia Garcia, couldn't be here today. But, before we get into what AKA Luxor is and it's all about, we would like to get the panel's opinion on what they think about these high-end designer shoes. What comes to mind when you see this?
They look dirty.
They look dirty.
Yeah.
Not even white. They look used.
Bowling shoes?
Exactly. They look like you just brought them out the box and they're already dirty. They look like they've been probably used for even a few years maybe. They look just worn out. And if you see the price, it's $870 for this brand new shoe.
Is that real?
Yeah. Just because it's Gucci.
No.
And Brad Pitt wore them.
Probably. But just like Gucci and these type of shoes, there are many
2 years.
There are many other designer brands that do the exact same thing, where they just price their products so high just because of their name, like Gucci, Versace. They just because they're so known, they could literally make anything hit, and people will buy it just because of the brand. Of course, they got their fame because they do have some pretty cool products, really good products, design and quality-wise. But besides that, most of these products are stuff that most people can probably not afford, or is just too high of a luxury for people. Since, as you can see, this Disney Gucci coat, it's $4,900, which is almost a car basically. And these shoes these belts go for $600 up. So it's just stuff that we believe it's not worth it. So what's AKA Luxor? AKA Luxor is a designing clothing brand. That's what we want to do. But instead of just putting a high price just because we're a designer, we want to actually provide the great quality with a unique, great style, and obviously much more affordable for those who like designer brands but maybe can't afford them.
So as my partner Kevin had recently mentioned, we want to sell high quality, great style at an affordable price. So meaning we want to match our price with our quality and our unique styles. And we also want to change how the industry works, as in, for example, the brand Gucci. They could easily grab a shirt, put their name and or logo onto it, and they could sell it for hundreds if not thousands.
So our vision statement, we want to use relationship marketing. We want people to enjoy our products so much that they go out of their way and post it on social media. Like as you can see on this picture, they just bought Chanel, and the first thing they do is obviously take a picture for the Instagram or for anything. And that's what we're trying to get our customers to like. Since we want them to enjoy our products so much, they start spreading it by themselves around social media and just getting our products known without even us having to pay them or anything, just them liking it so much that they do it for their own.
So what we want our customers to go home happy. We want them to feel as if they paid the right price for the right quality. And we want them to go home to tell their parents, tell their family, tell their friends about us and our amazing product. We also want them to look on top of the game, and they want to look fashionable. What we want to do is that to make them happy and just feel as if they're paying the right price. So our customer, we will start with men first and later on extend on to female. And this male would like to be fashionable and stylish with great quality. So what we do well? Well, we create great quality, we have a great price, and we have great designs. What our customers want is that they want great designer brands, but they cannot afford them since they are very expensive. And what our competitors do well, they do have some great designs and they do have great quality.
So some of our competition, like you stated, is Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Versace, Hugo Boss, Prada, Zara. There's many competitions out there, but what they do wrong that we do right is they have mainly poor design products, but of course they're great quality, except even if the quality is good, it's just designs that are overpriced, and that's what we want to do. We just want to create a unique style, but also offering what they're gonna pay for. We wanted it to be worth the price.
So the market size. In 2018, it was nearly 758.4 billion, with a compound annual growth rate of 7.5 since 2014, and is estimated to grow to 11.8 by 2022, and the value will reach 1,182.9 billion.
So our pricing, some of our shirts we want them to be worth around $40 to $60, depending on the material we're using. Our polos we want them to be around $85 to $100, and our coats and jackets $120 to $150, depending on the material we use. And it might sound kind of expensive, but we're trying to bring it all down compared to Gucci, where their shirts are literally worth $400 up, and some other polos are worth $200, $300, $400, $500, $600. They just go up, and jackets are probably worth around $1,000 all. So we believe it's a pretty good price, since we're trying to offer the same, almost the same type of quality with a better design, and that's probably a really good price that we believe. And here are some of the styles. Obviously they're not ours, but we're trying to make it so you can see what we're trying to go for. On our actual shirt it will probably be stitched in, but this is what some of the styles we think we're trying to make. And here's some shirts. We have a smaller logo one and a bigger logo one, and obviously different colors. And some of our goals is to hopefully be known worldwide maybe, and partner up with celebrities, since we believe if someone sees their favorite celebrity wearing our products, they'll want to buy just because their celebrity is wearing it. We also maybe want to have stores around the whole world, maybe Rodeo Drive, since it's known for its high luxury brands that it sells. And just in general, we want to become our customers' favorite brand and to go to whenever they need anything clothing-wise. Thank you. Any comments, questions, concerns?
Unless someone else wants to go first.
Go ahead. You got it.
First of all, I love what you did at the beginning with, because I didn't see the Gucci at the top at first. I was just looking at the shoes. I go, I hope that's not their product. So that was a great way of kind of hooking us in and go, oh, that's terrible. And I loved how you guys initially framed the problem, the issue in the market. That's because that's, I think, for most of us that aren't willing to pay that kind of money, we look at that and go, you know, that's ridiculous. But in the luxury market, of course, people, that's almost part of the status, is I was willing to spend $800 on something that should cost $40, so look at me how smart I am. But that being said, you've created a great concept of what you want to do, but you haven't done anything yet, and that may be where you're still building this out, of how do you get to where you can produce that quality and design at that price point. So how do you, have you thought through how, at least conceptually, how you're going to do that?
We've looked up manufacturers around the world, and we like Bangladesh. It's called the Hameen Group, and they work already with other brands, not those designers, but they work with like Tommy Hilfiger, JCPenney. They work with a lot of other brands, and we've been liking it. But the only thing we can't know yet is the price, what they charge, since we have to order at least a minimum of 1,000 pieces. So we can't do that yet, but I'm guessing their price is probably for shirts probably like around $30 a shirt, but you have to buy in packages, so probably cost less. And then, yeah, that's what we know so far about that.
Can I add something to that?
Yes,
So going off,
Oh, sorry.
going off what you had just said, okay, so you're wanting to purchase these clothing. Where are you going to get your financing from in order to do that, to satisfy any customer needs when they come to you?
We'll probably first from investors, and maybe we will probably invest from our own, maybe give people or start something like that. And from our profit we're making back from the shirts, we'll keep buying them. But yeah, so far we only know that we're gonna pitch for investors, and maybe we get paid from there. If not, probably just from our own money and start working.
I wouldn't doubt that you'd be able to make money. I'm guessing that the costs are actually much lower than you think they are. I'm guessing Gucci pays $10 for their $800 shoes, but seriously. And but the thing about fashion is that it's very subjective. So there's a talent part, right? So That's the hard part to measure if you have the talent. So it's sort of a catch-22, that you have to have product for people to see, to evaluate, and like or don't like, right? Before you know that you have something that really can go. I think it's a good concept. But I also think there's a lot of people in that space already, you know, doing a lot of similar things. It might be a little tough, but if you have the talent as far as design, I would think that's that's what's going to set you apart. You know, here is the talent for the design. So who's doing the actual design of
Of the shirts?
Yeah.
Me. It's me so far.
So you're the talented person behind so that's what it takes in my mind. I mean, if you got it, then you got it, right?
So I got a few things. First of all, your presentation was good. I think that the intro was awesome, but there's always a but. When you guys showed all your competitors, I was overwhelmed with the amount of names on there that you guys are going to be tackling there. And that'd be fine if you really were redefining the industry and saying that all these big names, were taking them down. But the idea of just selling underneath what they're selling, doesn't really click for saying that's going to redefine the industry. So I'm not really sure what your unique value proposition is other than you're cheaper. You guys are high school students, so do you have experience in like merchandising and fashion?
Well, besides my own, like I just like buying stuff like that, but besides that, probably.
Or like designing or anything?
Oh, designing, yeah. Since I was like in 8th grade, I've been just making my own shirts on paper, and that's where the idea came from. I just wanted to make my own.
Okay, well, I mean, those are really great avenues for you to kind of promote and market, saying, oh, look, these are early designs of what we have, and because I'm not really sure what products you have other than what you put your logo onto that. So I'd like to see more, and then also, what's like an MVP for you guys? Minimum viable product. What's like your first iteration of your product?
For example, would it be shoes? Would it be,
What we're selling first?
Well,
Sure,
what
sure.
you're developing first.
Yeah.
What we're developing is just the first. We'll start with the shirts we showed. We showed second thing, which were these. Though we'll probably start off with something like this, since it's probably what we could start off cheapest with, since probably a jacket's not cheap, and these things are probably worth way much more. So to start off and make money, we'll probably start off with just shirts.
Okay, and then so you're saying that these are going to be the Gucci comparable products, right? Like you're going to be comparing these with Gucci products.
Yeah.
Are these your designs, or these are just stuff, product that you knew you could get?
These are just to show what we're kind of going after, like, because since we can't make them yet, we just put our logo on stuff.
I think you should show your designs.
Yeah.
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 Because I have a feeling they look better than this.
Yeah. I have
Well,
more.
so there you go. So you just said that you know they look better than this, and I'd really like to see them because maybe I really like them, you know.
And I'd really like to see them on you when you
Yeah.
present, even if it's just like a patch that you're like ironing on or whatever, just so that way we can see this is what you intend on it looking like in the real world.
Yeah, because you said $1,000 minimum was what, or 1,000
1,000.
T-shirts
Yeah.
or something?
Pieces, which means it could be polo shirts, shirts, button-ups, just like 1,000 pieces. It could include belts, anything.
So that would be you buying it, and it would already have a brand inside of it, but you would change the brand.
Oh no, that's like with our brand on it and our tags and everything.
So they're gonna put your brand on
On
the
shirts.
pieces.
Yeah.
And private label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have another question too. Just an observation for future presentations. You guys are doing a great job. Take maybe out of your vocabulary. You need to be more definitive. And I know that's partly because we're kind of hitting you with a lot of stuff right now. Did you guys test the logo in terms of anybody like with any, test market group here, leaving students to say, hey, we like that logo, or did you have 3 or 4 different logos that they picked?
I started off by showing it to people I know, friends that like buying like Carolina Herrera, like buying all these high brands.
Uh-huh.
And I showed it to them. They're like, I mean, I like it. Just probably make it onto a shirt and let us see how it will feel. So, but they like the logo and they like the signs I show them. And they're people that like buying all these, you know.
Right.
shit.
I would just, I would want to, if I were you, because that's going to be your branding, is I want to make sure that you really do some research on that too, to make sure that that is a logo that's going to really identify the quality you want to show. Because that can be just like art, it's kind of subjective, so you may want to make sure that people find that.
Did you have social media or website or online presence? Did I miss that, or?
We do have social medias, but they are not like, we don't have posts yet, so we didn't.
So how are the customers going to come to you? How are they going to know about you?
Later on, we'll like post about us and like advertise it through there, and just get a name off of that.
Thank you.
So is your goal then to one day be like the stores on Rodeo Drive? Yes?
So you
Yes.
showed that picture.
Yeah, so I'm thinking if that's, I mean, they've created that brand by being that public, right? And those stores are super fancy, right? With gold hangers, gold mannequins. Those spaces are gonna be expensive in those high rent neighborhoods, if that's kind of what you're going for. And I get that you would probably, I don't know, you would market these to be much cheaper than, let's say, a Gucci shirt or something. But the quality would have to still be there, and people like those brands and go for those brands because of the brand itself. And they take pictures of things because they know it's high end, and they know that, I don't know, it's pretty impressive if you can shop there. So things to consider. But yeah, if you had some mock-ups that you maybe could show and test the fabric out and see, and then figure out what you're going to be able to charge for those items, and include the factor of shipping and that kind of thing.